I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer of Societe Generale. I'm a banker. I've always been a banker. And I spent a great deal of time on business. And that was very important when I was chosen for the position, because we do believe that sustainability is about business.
I'm Sébastien Guillo, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Blunomy. First, there is a huge financing gap for the transition on energy, on circularity, on new models. So the bank need to mobilize capital for the transition, for their clients. Two, there is also new financing models to finance new type of clients, new type of projects. And three, there is, of course, an evolving regulatory landscape that is touching banks, that is very demanding in Europe and also elsewhere, so that the bank need to adapt to that new context. Hacina, as a major bank, what was your experience of the transition?
It was a vast change, I think. At the beginning, people were thinking that sustainability was really the issue of a few guys that were experts. And they were designing super smart products with sustainability KPIs, for example. And why not? That was the beginning, but that could not be it. I really understood at some point that we were facing a completely disruptive situation where we had to reinvent our business, and first to understand the client's needs, of course, and then for that, practically reinvent the business, starting with training people, setting the new vision, going longer term than usual. So a real revolution, in fact. So that was a vast project. First, we needed to understand really what transition means. And I have to say that the Green Deal in Europe helped us, because it was in 2019, all of a sudden, stating that we had basically a decade to do it, meaning understand what's going on, decide on the investments, finance, and that was our role, and then start grabbing the fruits to be ready for 2030. That was very clear. So we thought we need to understand what are the global challenges, and we realized it was sector by sector, industry by industry. And, we were, I think, a great bank. We are a great bank of the energy. That's our DNA. And so for that, it was quite natural to become a great bank of the transition. And so that's how we started. But first, it was about training, but not training a few people, training the whole bank. So we put compulsory, like 5 hours of trainings for everyone. And then the top 250 managers in the bank, I think that 2/3 of them went through more than 10 hours of training. And so all of a sudden you start to have a movement. And then because people are in the business, they also get a lot of signals from their clients. And then from the training, from the discussions on the business models, from the feedback with the clients, all of a sudden you realize you need to reinvent, redesign your own missions. That's what we've been doing. Of course, more than that, on a kind of global view, we had to set ambitions for the bank to reduce our carbon footprint and to set very ambitious goals in terms of finance, new finance, sustainable finance. And so all of that has gone together, understanding the clients and designing new products and new business models, setting quite harsh ambitions, like for example on the upstream oil and gas, where we decided to reduce by 80% our exposure from 2019 to 2030, which is twice as fast as the 1.5 degree scenario. On power as well, we took quite a lot of decisions. So it was seen as, wow, the bank is really serious. And at the same time, it's not just about reducing and stopping relationship. It's about pushing new business models, because most of our targets are in intensity terms. Oil and gas is absolute, but for the rest of the sectors, a lot of industrial sectors, we go for, reduced intensity. To reduce the intensity, you need to push business. And I think that was the good thing, that the signal is positive. It's not like I stop, I quit. It's I renew, I reinvent, and I transition with my clients.
Blunomy has supported Societe Generale, I think, in 3 ways. The first, and because this is not native for bankers, we have tried to develop and to bring expertise to the bankers, to the different teams, of course, by training, but also on working on specific deals and specific transactions with bankers and some of the clients. The second topic that we have developed is, and it's important for Blunomy because we think this is also one of the elements that helped the change at Societe Generale and also for others, is to develop tools and methodologies to support the bankers, but also the dialogue with clients. And for that, we helped and we co-designed together with Societe Generale a tool that we call TOP, Transition Opportunity Potential, that is assessing for CIB clients, that is assessing their maturity and where they are on the transition journey. And for us, we are very proud to have supported the Societe Generale and to have built that tool together with the sectoral teams because it is used for business purposes, for business opportunities, and to better engage the clients. And the third element, we position more as partners rather than consultants with Societe Generale. We have co-engaged clients together where it made sense because we are complementary in the expertise that we bring to clients. And we have also developed offers more on the corporate retail side to help the corporate retail bankers have a discussion with clients, but also have very practical offers to finance the transition and in that case, the solar panels for their clients.
I completely agree with you, Sébastien. And you know what? I'm going to share with you my history with Blunomy, if you want. I've been working with you guys for over 6 years now. And I think I have 3 words for this relationship: relevance, trust, and partnership. So first, relevance. I think that Blunomy is very good at coming with the right content and the right expertise for us. We started basically, we needed to train people, everybody, and brings very specific technical knowledge to all the bankers so that they can understand the world of their clients and bring valuable discussions on the new topics. That was not that easy, and I don't think that was really what Blunomy was coming to see us for. But this is what we asked, and we got it. And there was, I think, an excellent feedback from the teams. So first, very technical, but simplified knowledge that the bankers could use. Very important. And then we've been working together to understand what a specific sector, for example, has to offer and what are the challenges and what are the levers for decarbonation. And I think that Blunomy has this deep understanding of the business, of the sectors, because you have this expertise. But more than that, you are day-to-day with our clients. You are with the actors. And so this is completely concrete. This is embedded in real life. And I think this is really good value for us. So that's relevance. Trust. I think Blunomy is a very precise company. What you say you're going to do, you do it. What you can't do, you do it. I mean, there is no blur, there is no gray zone. So we have a lot of trust. We've always engaged with Blunomy, either with clients or internally at the highest level of the organization. And we know that, you know, we can really count on you. And again, I would like to talk about trust. We even had situations where I remember at the beginning, we were pushing for deals linked with transition, like transition bonds. That was like 5 years ago. So we didn't really have the market accepted methodology for that. And one of our clients was in a complex sector, really wanted to issue a transition bond. And then in all fairness, we had this discussion and you said, Maybe they are not ready for that. And so it was tricky, of course, but we went back to the client and we offered to help them with an RFP to find an advisor to help them improve first before going to the market. In the end, they chose, after the RFP, they chose Blunomy, and you help them to design what should be the transition path so that they would be ready to issue their bonds in a future stage. And the funny thing is, of course, the client was very happy, but in the end, he almost thinks that Societe Generale has been providing the advice. So because we have this relationship, which leads me to my third point of the partnership, that this is not like a relationship where you come with your set of slides, but we build together, we co-create, and I think this is partnership. The transition is full of threats, full of obligations, supervisory, regulatory, but more than that, it's a huge opportunity, and it's everywhere in the world. And again, because we are a bank of the energy, we understand deeply how this works around the world. And so I think we are excited and really active in the energy transition. But more than that, we see the environmental transition. So a lot of new topics raising. So of course, we still fight a lot for the energy transition. And the fact that we set targets for a dozen of sectors is very good because it leads us to understand what we can do. And our clients have committed as well to decarbonize. But more than that now, on top of that, we see different matters coming with nature issues, geopolitical risks which affect supply chains of our clients, the subject of water in itself, which is huge. So yeah, we're starting a new era, still working a lot on the energy transition, but already grasping these new frontiers. So yeah, for me and for most of our clients, yes, there are threats, but more than that, a huge amount of CapEx to be financed, a huge amount of IB, so advisory. There would be M&A opportunities for our clients. I mean, it's an endless subject. So yeah, we are very, very passionate about it.
As you said, Hacina, the transition has evolved from energy at the start for Societe Generale, but also for others, to something that is much more complex with huge risk, physical risk, transition risk, and nature risk and opportunities around water, circularity, pollution, etc. So the topic has become, and also pushed by regulation, extremely large, and this is a challenge to grasp. So for me, the first challenge, and the bank plays a huge role in that, is to be able to understand all those topics and to be able to quantify and to grasp the risk and opportunities linked to that. And this is not an easy topic, probably for several years to come. So this is one. The second element that for me is very important is for the transition to be sector specific. Because this is a business opportunity, we have to link sector strategy with transition expertise. And this is for me where the opportunity lies for the bank, is to be able to understand the sectors extremely well and to be able to pinpoint the needed expertise so that the bankers, but also the clients, feels that the financial sectors is really grasping the transition. And the third element is building the appropriate tools and the methodologies so that the bank can effectively grasp the topic of transition, encompassing energy, but also more and more adaptation to physical risk and nature-related activities. And developing the right tools to help the banker who are actually not experts of the transition per se is something that we think is needed to scale the impact and to accelerate the impact that the bank can have on its clients and financing the right projects for them. Thank you, Hacina, for your trust, your kind words. We are very happy to support Societe Generale in its journey. It has been fulfilling for us. We learned a lot. And again, we are very pleased about our partnership together.
Well, it's my pleasure. Frankly, it's very good to work with all the different Blunomy teams. I've seen the teams growing, and I mean, they're always spot on and very good people to work with. So thank you.